So, Hare Krishna, welcome devotees. So, today we'll read from Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, 3rd verse. The understanding is Bhakti is very rare. So, let us see what Krishna talks about this. Manushyānām sahasreshu kaśchid yatati siddhaye yatatām api siddhānām kaśchin mam veti tattvataha. So, translation: out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection, and of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. Mukam karoti vācālam pangum langhāti yat kripātamam vande Shri Gurum Dīnatāram Paramanandamadam. So here Krishna is explaining about this particular verse. Thousands. So there's Shata Sahasra. Shata means 100 and Sahasra means thousands. So he's telling that among thousands, so there are thousands of men, and among them, so out of the 1,000, one is trying to endeavor for perfection. Now, what is the perfection? Trying siddhaye. So, perfection means trying to understand the devotional uh, aspect or the devotional life, trying to perfect, completely giving his attention towards Krishna. So, that is one among 1,000. And out of that, like if I have to calculate, so one among 1,000 means there are so many millions and billions. So collectively, we'll have few hundreds and thousands. You have to take one from the 1,000. So out of that, so there are so many living entities, not only this planet and other planets where they are connected to bhakti. So many thousands of souls which are connected like this. Then they are trying they are trying to achieve this bhakti process, but out of that few have achieved, and that means they have gone beyond that process of bhakti, and among those people hardly one person will know Krishna in truth. So that is what is explained. So Krishna very clearly he's telling how the person who's trying to understand him. So there is a difference between believing and knowing. So to know Krishna completely, his features, his activities, his leelas, his pastimes, his appearance, disappearance. So that is what Krishna explained in 4th chapter also. So he says, Janma karma chame divyam, jo janati tattvataha. So the person who knows my appearance and disappearance, that person will understand me in actual truth. So that is very much required. So there was a question by a devotee. So if bhakti in so we all came somehow in touch with someone. Someone gave me a prasadam. Someone pulled me to the temple. Let's go to the temple. Or someone gave me a book. Or somewhere I heard a lecture. So somewhere we started that inspiration, we got that first touch which happened. So that first connection we should remember. So that's where we started our journey of the spiritual life, Krishna consciousness life. So we have so many people coming to bhakti process various ways. Now, this is not something which is predestined or we say this was supposed to happen. It's not like that. Somebody has preached to us, we got in touch. So the answer is bhakti is superior than the dependence of the material calculation. So there's no cause where we will completely tell that no, because of my purva karma, the previous births, then I got into bhakti. It doesn't work that way. we will see that somebody is very, like they would have done so many heinous acts, but still when they came to the bhakti process, they became the greatest devotees. For example, the story of Murgari. He used to kill so many animals, and that to half of it. That means they used to struggle to leave the body, the animals. So that way you see he was like that. But when he met Narada Muni and then he got the inspiration, he was not even willing to stamp on an ant. So he was careful in walking on the path. So that, like this, there are many devotees. Even modern days also, they would have heavy into smoking or drinking, so many bad habits. They would have been into so many things which we cannot even describe. But when they took up to the bhakti process, they completely gave up and became pure. So that is what Srila Prabhupada did when he went to the Western countries. So he picked up, and he was not living in posh bungalows, or he was being facilitated with nice cars, or he was, by the government. So he was not doing this. So he was in the Bowari Street where all the drunkards, the drug addicts, engaged in illicit sex. These people came to Bhakti process initial days. So from there, many of them became very pure. They gave up everything, and they become, some of them, sannyasis also. They are still holding that ashrama till now, and they are continuing their bhakti. So we have to understand that bhakti is attained only by the mercy of bhaktas. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. You have heard of this shloka. So repeatedly we hear again and again, because our the reason for repetitive attending the classes is the same pastimes of the Lord, the same shlokas we hear, is our mind somehow automatically deviates away from Krishna. That is the reason every time we have to engage in classes. Automatically, you see, the moment this class ends and I am enamored by so many attractions of this world, and my mind automatically reels. Even if I sit quietly, also, it takes me away from Krishna. So it is very important to attend, hear the pastimes of the Lord, read about the pastimes of the Lord, and attend to the devotees. This is very important. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling that Brahmanda Brahmite. So the person who is wandering everywhere. So why he is wandering? He wants to satisfy his senses, uh, taking so many births. Now we all understand that we have already heard that there are 84 lakh species. Now, even though the 4 lakh human species are there, there's so many numbers. We cannot, in one species of that 4 lakh human forms which are there, within that one form, there's so many of people, right? So I'm just not talking about planet Earth, the entire universe, same, so many universes which are there. So these 84 lakh species are present. So to get this human birth itself is very difficult. Upon that, getting the association of the bhakta is very, very rare. So that way, bhakti is very rare. If you have to count the numbers, of course, it's impossible to count the number of living entities, and it is also impossible to count the number of humans which are there across this universe. Is very difficult. So, out of so many people, we have been somehow or other introduced or got connected to Krishna consciousness. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, Kono Bhagyavan. Bhagyavan, it's fortune. Someone is fortunate, he's called Bhagyavan. Okay, sometimes we tell, no, our wife, oh Bhagyavati. Okay, so why? Because very fortunate. So in the olden days, they used to just have a pet name for wife, Bhagyavati or Bhagyavan. So this jiva is so much fortunate that somehow here and there wandering out of costless means we don't know what is the cost. Out of costless mercy, that soul is getting in touch with this bhakta or the pure devotee, like how we have got in touch with Srila Prabhupada. The Prathama Pradaksha Guru somehow got me introduced to Krishna consciousness. We came to ISKCON. We started going to the temple regularly, attending the classes. attending Mangalarti festivals, having nice prasadam, all that started. But we should remember who did that. Yeah, somehow I remember one of the person who took me to initial days ISKCON temple in Rajajinagar in Bangalore. So I was attracted. I started collecting those small cards, the posters, small posters, cut it, Krishna and Radharani, paste it on the wall in my room and paste it in the book, diary when I was in college days. So then somehow I had some money. Those days it was like back 15 years back, the books were only 10, 20 rupees. All the small books I used to collect and start reading. And somehow it was there, attracted to those Prabhupada books, physically reading. We did not have gadgets. I did not have a phone also those days. We had the Nokia introduced the keypad one. So we do not have that much presence of or influence of social media what we have today. So we just had books. So sit and read for hours. Sometimes I would lock my door and sit and read for 1 hour, 2 hours. So completely engaged in book reading. So then my mother introduced me. She gave me money to. I was asking for a yoga retreat program. So there was yoga retreat program for youths which was happening, but somehow my parents were not allowing me because we had to stay weekends in the temple, attend the Mangalati and all the sessions, seminars. So there were a lot of engagements for the youth, especially college, children, and so it was not possible for me. But somehow I asked for 150 rupees those days because we had this book marathon and they were giving Bhagavad Gita and CD. We had CDs those days. We had CD players, CD, and then Big Govind the poster. So that offer was there. So which I told this offer is there. It is very less. So that's how I got money. Then I started reading Bhagavad Gita. So initially I did not know who Srila Prabhupada was. So I just read books. Then slowly, because I did not even know he's the author. Of course, I have seen his photo that was there. So that was happening. Then slowly, when I started going to the temple and attending, then I came to know about Srila Prabhupada. So reading these books, I automatically picked up myself. I went to the counter. I took some chanting beads. So because if you read in Prabhupada books, he mentions about minimum 16 rounds. So I was not able to do it. I started with 2 rounds, 4 rounds. So I did during the college days. So once I got a job, so because my parents were not allowing me for the yoga retreat program, so once I got the job, I enrolled for it and started attending regularly. So there was a lot of sevas which was involved, so many services which will be involved, and attending the seminars, classes every week, kirtan, dance, so many things. So we used to enjoy. So all our age group, we used to regularly ensure that we did not miss on Sundays, whatever it may be. So we used to go in the evening, attend, and sometimes in the morning for Bhagavatam class also. So this way, every time we used to get engaged, and slowly, everybody is in Krishna consciousness. They are all married, they have children. So I'm also married, I have child. So like this today also we meet. So that's how nothing changed. We are doing all our duties, responsibilities, everything. But you see that touch which was there in the beginning, who introduced us somehow, some devotee in the temple or outside we meet. So that took me. So this doesn't depend on any karma. This is not from any past life because some punya you have been carrying. Of course, if you're carrying some punya, you'll get that results in this life. Okay, but here the if the punya karma is superior, then bhakti will become inferior. Bhakti is supreme and it is non-material. It is supreme to everything. So that's how bhakti is very rare, and getting into this, the Krishna consciousness process, that bhakti lada bija, the seed, someone will put you. So that's why preaching is very important, because we are trying to put a seed into everyone's heart. That free independence which is given, the little independence. Krishna is completely independent, and he has also given us that same quality, because in quality we are one. So that is the beauty of Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. What this philosophy says is we are one in quality but different in quantity. So same quality, the gold mine and the gold particle which is there is the same. So since I belong to Krishna, so you would have read or heard, we are part and parcel of Krishna. We are also that amsha which is there. So in quality it is one, but in quantity we are completely different. We cannot challenge or be a competitor to the Supreme Lord. So that way, since I have that quality, I got this independence. So the living entity has the independence of making a choice to turn away from Krishna or turn towards Krishna. So the living entities across everywhere are wandering. So there it requires a person to make the choices, the soul to make choices. So when we keep meeting devotees, we keep meeting people, so we'll understand. So when we go, especially during the book distribution, or sometimes we carry some prasadam and go out in the streets, somehow we are trying to pull them. Somehow, if their faces turn towards Krishna, so they'll come, surrender, they'll take up the process very easily. So sometimes we have seen certain individual take the process of the devotional service very quickly, very effortlessly. You'll see that the person would be coming for the process, taking to the bhakti, and maybe 6 months, 1 year, still they'll be in 4 rounds. They'll not be so much attentive. They'll be so much disturbed, all that. But someone who will come in week, 2 weeks, they would easily within a month they'll pick up 16 rounds. They will do so much of seva. Uh, that is there. That fire is there. So they are like dry wood. Dry wood catches fire very easily. So that is very much required. That is what is required. That is what is mentioned even the Vishnu Puran also. So Samit Pani Shotriyam. So the person who is completely like this dry wood, the bhakti will immediately catch him. So that's why we have to pray to Bhakti Devi, Tulsi Maharani. She will give us bhakti. So immediately the fire would catch to the dry wood first, not the wet wood, right? So that's where in this such cases we can understand that they're continuing or resuming from their previous spiritual progress which was there. They would have left in some life, but once here they got the chance, the human form, and somehow by causeless mercy they meet the devotees and they introduce, immediately it catches up and we'll see so much of advancement. So it does not achieve complete success in this life. Maybe in the further life or in the next life, they will complete. So this is what Krishna explains in the 6th chapter to Arjuna. So the Lord arranges in such a way that the person's environment, the atmosphere, or the situation, his intelligence, everything is given, or he goes into particular process that he will get the opportunity to come to bhakti again. So the completely mysterious to understand how from where we got connected. Though I am not so qualified, I'll always think that how was I qualified to get into bhakti? For any reason, if we see our past, the way we have been living, I was nowhere. We cannot even match. We cannot even compare. So how is that individual comes to this completely? It's completely on the costless mercy of Guru and Gauranga. This is what is required. And the Guru especially knows everything what is happening. And he sees through your heart, not what the external appearance. For example, uh, there's one incident. Srila Prabhupada was coming to from one city to another city, and he was landed in the airport. So in the airport, they were all devotees dancing here and there. They're shouting Jai Srila Prabhupada. They're putting the garland. They're showering the petals, everything. So Srila Prabhupada had a few devotees with him, disciples. They were all walking. So one of the disciple, he looked at air hostess. Srila Prabhupada was busy talking to everyone, and this devotee somehow, got swayed away by the looks of that air hostess. She was beautiful, back in 70s. So he just gazed for a few seconds. That's all. So this was noticed by Srila Prabhupada. Then he came to this devotee. He asked her. Isn't she beautiful? He was like red hand caught it. Prabhupada saw that. And so he said, you see, um, this particular woman is so beautiful. This is the creation of the Lord. Just imagine how beautiful the creator will be. You're enamored by the creation, but think how beautiful the creator will be. So Srila Prabhupada just said these words. It completely transformed the devotee's heart. So Prabhupada can see that way. So like that, Guru can see through our heart and we can get purified. So that is why important for us to read again and again, listen to Srila Prabhupada lectures, Guru's lectures, read books of Srila Prabhupada. This will constantly purify our heart. So I had the practice of while going to the office, every time listening, I'll just plug in. I don't care who is in the cab or while coming. I'll just plug in because they'll be playing some music. They'll be playing some FM, all that. Okay, so plug in and they'll be talking something or here and there. So listen to the lectures. I'm sure that you will get something out of it. Okay, you may be not completely attentive, but out of that half an hour or 1 hour lecture, something we will take. So this is so important, because Krishna is completely independent. So as Bhakti Devi, so she can give you so much, and we have to be obliged when we are receiving this bhakti. So Prabhupada explains how this transcendental system of devotional service is completely independent. It doesn't depend on anything. So if it was there, then everyone would have gone to astrologer. Astrology also, we cannot predict what is happening. Only there is some predictive astrology. This might happen or not happen. So it's not that completely foolproof they will give that this will definitely happen. So bhakti is completely different from astrology. Okay, so this is what is required. So in the association of devotee, it is always to be recommended. So it will free us from the material causes. So we need to understand how bhakti is very rare, and this freedom of choice is with the individual. Okay, so like for example, there was a person, maybe around 12 or 14 years old boy, in Bombay. He used to be a thief, petty thief, um, pickpocket. So here and there, they back in 70s. So like that. So somehow he had seen a pamphlet. Those days the flyers were made in 70s, and Prabhupada had come to Bombay. So he saw the photo of Srila Prabhupada, and in that he wanted to attend. People are there. Mandir jayenge, we'll go to temple, something we'll get some free. Either we can, these thieves and all. Nowadays also they do that. We have experience in our temple also, in HBR temple, especially the Lingaraj temple. I have this experience. I remember when a very nice person working in a big company. He was a very great manager, vice president, I think. He came and he had this big leather shoes, nice branded one. So he came for the darshan and he went inside and came out and the shoes was gone. So he was complaining that you cannot even take care of the shoe stand, all that he was calling. So we don't know what is happening. So they like this. What happens is people will go to temples, masjid, or here and there. They steal. Chappals, that this. Sometimes we have seen in temples they take away the hundis also. So these things happen. So like that, this thief had come to the temple. So he was thinking of stealing something because there's a big sabha, so many people are coming. So there will be something. So he saw Srila Prabhupada from far and he was attracted by Srila Prabhupada's watch. It was a very nice golden watch and very beautiful watch, which was gifted by some devotee. And he was somehow attracted to it and he wanted to steal it. So he came near Srila Prabhupada, paid obeisance, all that. He smiled and all that he did. So this is what happens. So then Srila Prabhupada asked. Srila Prabhupada knew. Somehow this is mysterious. Srila Prabhupada asked, do you want this watch? And he was caught that way. He was like, oh my God, how does this person know I want his watch? You're very much attracted to this watch. If you're satisfied this watch, you take it away. He was completely stunned. So he somehow that transformation of heart happened. He changed and he started crying and he said, "Actually, I'm a thief and this is my business. I'm doing this for living." All that. So Prabhupada said, "Why do you have to do that? So you can just give up everything, stay in the temple, serve the deities. So that way you'll purify your life." He said. So from then he he lived in the temple and that person is still there. I don't know whether he's there in Bombay or somewhere. I think he's a brahmachari or grahastha. I don't remember. So, but he used to be a brahmachari. So this person, went on to become a great devotee. So we'll see like this, people are there, and slowly we'll give up that bad habit which was there. So Prabhupada mentions that this is like the vasanas we carry. It's like the when you switch off the fan rotates for some time. So we'll have that vasanas. We'll have those tendency towards that. After that, the fan completely stops. So the power is off, but still the fan is rotating for some time. So we will carry those desires with us in this life. But when we get in touch with devotion, slowly we'll lose that vasanas and we'll slowly give up those bad habits and will completely take to Krishna consciousness process. So I have met many devotees also. They said that I have read about articles also. They were very much attracted to pornography or they were chain smokers. They were into gambling, attracted to going to movies every week. But slowly, when they took up this process, slowly they gave up so many things. So like that, we'll have here and there certain things. Maybe we are very angry, we are very temperament, our temperament is too much, or we'll be having so many things in our life. But slowly, you see, it will give up, and we'll start. That there'll be the hankering that I want to learn more and more. I want to do more service. How can I serve? How can I learn more? I want to engage in this, that. So I should not be the center of attraction, or I should not do service out of pride. So these things will slowly go away. So how this happens? Slowly you will start attending the classes and you associate with the pure devotees which are there in our movement. So you'll realize, maybe, like many devotees are there. For example, somebody hears Prabhupada's lecture in the beginning, they'll try finding it difficult to understand. Even I was finding it difficult because of the Bengali accent. But later on, slowly I started hearing. So every day I was used to what Srila Prabhupada is telling. So even like that, many devotees are there in our movement. It is little difficult to understand when they speak, but when we associate with them and we understand their mood and what kind of state of mind they are telling this completely we can understand. So you have to start associating. You'll see the difference. You'll see the transformation within yourself. So this is very important, and we should understand how rare we are also, and we should not lose this opportunity. And we should not say like one devotee I was having conversation. He was like, if I wish, I will give up Krishna consciousness. I have so much control, and again I can come back to Krishna consciousness. No, we should never think like that. So we don't know, whatever we wish, we don't know what will happen. And once it goes away, we don't know when we'll get back and how many lifetimes it will take us back to Godhead. We don't know. So Srila Prabhupada says that one comes to Krishna consciousness. The one who is serious, he will take many lifetimes to go back to Godhead. But one who is very, very serious, firm, and he's 100% completely engaged, he will go back to Godhead in this lifetime itself. So our business is to wind up everything and go back where there is permanence, completely going to Krishna. So that is very much required. So we should do bhakti out of love. Like, for example, one devotee was asking Srila Prabhupada, so Srila Prabhupada, after we all go to Vaikunta or Goloka, should we chant this 16 rounds or should we do this? So Prabhupada's, laughingly, and he laughed out and he said that, do you think that after going to Goloka, you'll give up chanting? You have to do more and more. And there it's completely engaged in Krishna consciousness services. So completely you're engaged in service of Krishna. So we should not be in the mood of, oh, out of some difficulty we are doing this 16 rounds, or out of difficulty I'm coming to bhakti. That is not the mode. Out of love, lovingly, caringly we have to do that. And we have to care for others also. So please understand the rarity of the bhakti or the bhaktas also. So in this mood, let us pray for our bhakti always, every day. That keep me in bhakti. That is what we have to pray to Guru and Gauranga. And always engaged in service. Not go away. That we have to pray for that. Don't keep me in Maya. So this is what is required. So I end my class here. Thank you very much for attending. Hare Krishna, Dandavas Pranam to all the devotees.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you very much.